Hello again. So this video is exactly the kind of ones that I like doing because it's all weird Japanese stuff. Well, when I say weird, good. But for obscure consoles, so we've got 3 games here for the FM Towns Marty, and we've got one for the Sharp X68000, so we shall take a little look. Now, these are quite rare, and that's why I got them, because I want to have nice, rare, shiny things in the shop. So this one is possibly the most expensive shooter on the FM Towns Marty. It's Kyoku Tiger, and that's not easy for me to say. Helicopter, very like Tiger Heli, obviously on the Mega Drive. Really, really nice game, and stupidly expensive. I really should have looked up before I did the video, but I think this is at least £1.50, which is quite scary. So let's have a wee look. So, obviously we've got an instruction manual here, which basically says fly up the screen and blow everything up. We've also got a couple of adverts for some other nice shoot 'em ups. The scene here, so Ving back in the day had some really nice games on the Marty. They did Viewpoint, Flying Shark, which is really, really nice. Tatsujin O, which we'll come across in a minute, and Image Fight had an amazing version on the Marty as well. What you will notice, the Marty was a bit of a wild, wild west when it came to consistency. So the big outer box and the instructions, and then you just had the CD in a jewel case with no artwork or anything on the actual case. So that was the case for this one. Pardon the repeated use of the word case. But when we get on to Tatsujin O, which is possibly the best shoot 'em up on the Marty, I would say, which is this one. Again, big massive outer box, really cool, nice artwork on it. But this time when you open it up, you don't get instructions, but you get the game in a jewel case with some artwork on it at least. So the instructions are just kind of like a typical Saturn, PC Engine, Japanese PlayStation kind of thing. You've got them in the artwork part of the cover, and you have the game, obviously. So yeah, this is phenomenal. It's also £1,000. So Tatsujin was on the Mega Drive and PC Engine. Tatsujin O, the sequel, unless I'm about to be proven wrong when somebody will tell me, if not, I believe it only came out on the FM Towns Marty. So while you can obviously play it through emulation and other such means, the only way of having this game to play in the home was on the FM Towns Marty. Or, sorry, I'm just assuming you know this, but in Japan, Fujitsu made the FM Towns computer, and then they consoleized it into the Marty. So your FM Towns 2 computer or the FM Towns Marty consoles could play this. Next one's really interesting. I do have, so this is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, right, which came out on PC. I think it even came out on the Amiga, and it was out on other things. I do also have Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis as well. What's interesting about the Lucasfilm games on the Marty is they're generally the best versions that ever were made. So games like Loom, Zack McCracken, stuff like that, they had, I think it was, probably sound like I'm making numbers up here, but I think they used the full 256 colour palette, and at the time that was the only machine that did it. They also had full voice acting in English. So these are the ultimate versions. Obviously the Marty, you can use a mouse on it as well. So yeah, phenomenal games. Obviously a great film as well. So you get a lot in this. So you've got your 3D glasses, you have Henry Jones's diary, really, really nice. And if I was Japanese and I bought this in my country, I'd be quite scunnered by the fact that it's all in English. But personally, I'm quite happy with that. So really nice. We have instructions which at least seem to be in Japanese. all the way through. I think this is going to be, let's see, no, I thought that was going to be English instructions, but it's not. It's just more stuff there. We have a little kind of quick guide how to do it if you're using the keyboard or whatever. And we have the important part, we have the game. Again, lack of consistency, no front because all the instructions are obviously there, but it's got at least a back cover. And yeah, nice little disc, and you've got a nice cool wee padded thingy there to put everything in. We'll just pop that back in the order we got it out in. Yeah, so this one I think's about £350–400, which in Marty terms is quite cheap. And then the last one for the Sharp 68000, and I hope to God you all recognise this because it's a classic. We have Bubble Bobble, which will never not be fun. I am quite partial to a bit of Rainbow Islands, the second in the series though, but Bubble Bobble is an all-time classic. And we have the registration card, which is actually not really a card, it's a sheet of paper. Got a cool wee docket thing here to tuck them into. We have the instructions. And some cool joysticks out for the Sharp. Yeah, you probably all know the script with Bubble Bobble. It's really, really nice. And then, so the games for the Sharp were on the big floppy disks, the 5¼ inch. So yeah, nice. And I am trying to make it my mission to get in loads of classic stuff for some of the weirder Japanese computers and consoles because they look great in the shop and it's the kind of stuff I like. So hopefully lots more stuff like that to come in the future. And yeah, hope that was interesting for you. I know not a lot of you are going to be playing Sharp 68000 and FM Towns Marty games, but it's always cool to see things that are a bit different. And there we go, lots more to come. Thanks guys, have a good one.